Men often believe that walking away from a woman is an act of weakness or loss. They fear that if they distance themselves, they will lose her forever, and she will move on to someone else. However, the truth is far deeper than most men realize. Walking away is one of the most powerful moves a man can make, not just in relationships, but in life. It is a reflection of self-respect, emotional control, and a deep understanding of human nature. A woman's emotional response to a man walking away is complex. She may feel confused, frustrated, or even hurt. But beneath all that, she feels something far more powerful: respect. Whether she realizes it or not, when a man walks away with confidence and purpose, he communicates something primal. I am not desperate. I am not controlled by emotion. I am a man of value. This principle is rooted in Stoicism, the philosophy of mastering emotions rather than being ruled by them. Stoic men understand that they cannot control how a woman feels, but they can control their own actions. Walking away is not about playing games or manipulating emotions. It is about understanding that your worth is not dependent on any one person. It is about detaching from neediness and embracing your own strength. In this discussion, we will break down exactly what happens in a woman's mind when a man walks away. We will explore how it affects her emotions, how it increases a man's value, and why this act is one of the most masculine displays of self-respect. More importantly, we will uncover how you can use this knowledge to improve your relationships and become a stronger, more resilient man. 1. The psychological impact on a woman. When you walk away, women are emotional creatures by nature, and their emotions often dictate their perceptions of attraction, security, and connection. When a man walks away, whether from an argument, a toxic situation, or even a relationship, it sends a shock wave through her emotions. The first response is usually confusion. Confusion and the shift in power. Most women are used to being pursued. Society has conditioned men to chase, to prove their worth, and to fight for a woman's attention. But when a man chooses to walk away, he disrupts this pattern. A woman suddenly finds herself in unfamiliar territory, one where she is no longer the prize being chased. She starts questioning, did he lose interest in me? Why isn't he fighting for me like other men would? Does he have options I don't know about? This confusion leads to curiosity, and curiosity breeds attraction. Women are naturally drawn to mystery, and nothing is more mysterious than a man who values himself enough to walk away when necessary. Respect and emotional shift. Despite any initial frustration or sadness, deep down, a woman respects a man who can walk away. Why? Because it signals emotional control and self-respect. Women are instinctively drawn to strength, both physical and emotional. A man who can detach himself from emotional chaos, rather than beg or plead, is seen as powerful. This doesn't mean she will always come back, but it does mean that she will reevaluate his worth. In many cases, she will feel a renewed attraction for him, realizing that he is not like the average man who loses his composure in the face of emotional distress. The test of genuine strength. If a man walks away simply to get a reaction, the power is lost. Women can sense manipulation. However, if a man walks away because he truly values himself, she will feel it. This is the difference between pretending to be strong and actually being strong. By choosing to walk away when necessary, a man positions himself as a leader in his own life, one who controls his destiny rather than letting emotions dictate his path. 2. How walking away increases a man's value. Most men spend their lives trying to prove their worth to women. They chase, they plead, and they make endless compromises, hoping that by doing so, they will be seen as valuable. But true value isn't something you ask for, it's something you demonstrate. And one of the most powerful demonstrations of value is the ability to walk away when necessary. Scarcity creates value. One of the fundamental principles of attraction is scarcity. The more available something is, the less valuable it seems. Women instinctively understand this. This is why they are drawn to men who have high standards, rather than those who will tolerate any behavior just to stay in the relationship. When a man walks away, he signals that his presence is not guaranteed. He is not an object that can be picked up and put down whenever it suits her. He is a man with boundaries and self-respect. And in that moment, he becomes scarce. This scarcity creates a psychological shift in the woman's mind. Instead of taking his presence for granted, she begins to feel the loss of his presence. And loss is one of the most powerful emotional triggers a person can experience. Women are attracted to men they cannot control. A man who is too available, too eager to please, and too emotionally invested in seeking validation will always be viewed as weaker in a woman's eyes. Women may say they want a man who is always there, always emotional and always chasing, but in reality they respect and admire men who cannot be easily controlled by emotions. When a man walks away confidently, it shows her. He is not desperate for her approval. He does not fear losing her. He has options and standards. This dynamic shifts the power balance in the relationship. Instead of the woman being the one who decides whether the relationship continues, the man has taken control of his own path. The law of abundance, a man with options, commands respect. Men who act from a place of scarcity, believing they have no other options, will tolerate bad behavior, compromise their values, and stay in situations that do not serve them. But men who understand the law of abundance, that they have infinite options, will naturally walk away from situations that do not align with their self-worth. And here's the key. Women are instinctively attracted to men who other women want. A man who can walk away with confidence is a man who has options, even if he doesn't explicitly state it. His actions alone communicate that he is not desperate and that he will not settle for less than what he deserves. By walking away, a man demonstrates his value without saying a word. And in doing so, he commands the respect, admiration, and often renewed attraction of the woman he left behind. Key 3. The emotional roller coaster a woman experiences. When a man walks away, a woman doesn't just feel one emotion. She goes through a series of emotional stages. These emotions are often conflicting, intense, and sometimes even overwhelming. Understanding this emotional process helps men remain calm, composed, and in control when making the decision to walk away. 1. Initial shock and denial. At first, a woman might not take the situation seriously. She might assume that the man will come back, that he is just upset, or that he's trying to manipulate her into chasing him. This is why, in the early stages, she might act indifferent, cold, or even arrogant. She doesn't want to admit, even to herself, that she is starting to feel the absence of his presence. Her mind tells her, he'll be back. He always comes back. This is just a phase. He'll give in soon. He needs me more than I need him. At this stage, it is critical for the man to remain firm. Many men cave in too early, seeking validation or reassurance. But if he stays disciplined, the woman starts moving into the next stage. 2. Doubt and reflection. As time passes and she realizes the man is truly gone, doubt creeps in. She begins questioning her own actions. Did I push him away? Why hasn't he reached out? Did I underestimate his value? This is when a woman starts to reflect on the relationship. If the man was strong, confident, and brought value to her life, she will begin missing him. She may replay past conversations, reread old messages, and even stalk his social media to see what he's up to. This phase is uncomfortable for her because she is losing control. For the first time, she is experiencing what it feels like to be the one left behind. 3. Emotional withdrawal and anger. When reflection turns into frustration, she may react with anger. She might try to provoke a reaction by posting things on social media meant to make him jealous, sending messages out of nowhere to test if he will respond, talking to mutual friends about him, hoping word will get back. At this stage, some women will lash out emotionally, calling him names or accusing him of not caring. This is not real anger. It's frustration because she realizes she cannot control him. If the man responds emotionally, he loses all the power he gained by walking away. 4th, regret and the desire to reconnect. If the man remains composed and doesn't react, the woman starts to feel real loss. This is when regret kicks in, and she wonders if she made a mistake. What if I never find another man like him? Was I too harsh on him? Does he even think about me? If there was a real emotional connection, she will feel compelled to reach out. She might test the waters with a casual message or try to reconnect indirectly. The key for the man is to remain in control. He must decide if reconnecting serves his best interests. 5. Acceptance and newfound respect. At this stage, the woman fully processes the reality that the man walked away and did not break. Even if she doesn't try to reconnect, she will always remember him differently. He will stand out from other men in her life because he displayed strength, self-respect, and emotional control. Even if she moves on, she will never forget the way he carried himself. She may come back months later, or she may simply view him as the one that got away. Either way, he has earned her respect, which is more powerful than momentary validation. 4. Why walking away is the ultimate test of masculinity. In a world where men are constantly told to chase, compromise, and beg for love, walking away is a rare and powerful act. It is the ultimate test of a man's masculinity because it forces him to rely on self-respect, discipline, and inner strength rather than external validation. 1. Walking away requires self-control. Most men struggle with emotional self-control, especially when dealing with women they are deeply attached to. When faced with rejection, disrespect, or a failing relationship, their natural instinct is to fight for her approval, to explain, plead, or try to fix things. But a truly masculine man understands that he cannot control a woman's emotions, only his own actions. He realizes that chasing a woman who doesn't respect him lowers his value. Begging for love or attention destroys attraction. Walking away, even when it hurts, protects his self-worth. This self-control is what separates weak men from strong men. It is what makes a man stand out in a woman's mind long after he's gone. 2. Walking away is a display of strength, not weakness. A weak man stays in situations that are toxic, one-sided, or degrading because he fears loneliness. He convinces himself that enduring mistreatment is better than being alone. But a strong man knows that loneliness is temporary, while self-respect is permanent. When a man walks away, he demonstrates emotional discipline. He controls his actions, not his emotions. Confidence. He believes in his own value, regardless of what a woman thinks. Detachment from outcome. He understands that whether she stays or goes, he will be fine. Women feel this strength on a deep level. Even if they don't admit it, they respect a man who can walk away from them. 3. Walking away puts a man back in control. Men often give away their power in relationships without realizing it. They tolerate bad behavior, chase after women who treat them poorly, and sacrifice their goals just to keep a relationship going. But when a man walks away, he shifts the power dynamic entirely. Instead of reacting to a woman's emotions, he becomes the one who decides, is this relationship worth my time? Is this woman adding value to my life? Am I growing as a man, or am I losing myself? This mindset is liberating. It transforms a man from someone who is dependent on external validation into someone who creates his own path. 4. Walking away separates leaders from followers. Throughout history, the most respected and powerful men have been those who could walk away from anything that no longer served them. They didn't chase approval, and they certainly didn't beg for love. A leader knows that his mission comes first. If a relationship is not serving him, he moves forward without hesitation. Women recognize this instinctively. They are drawn to men who have a sense of purpose and direction. A man who can walk away without looking back is a man who commands respect, not just from women, but from everyone around him. 5. How to walk away the right way. Walking away is not just about physically leaving. It's about leaving with power, dignity, and purpose. Many men make the mistake of walking away the wrong way, through anger, bitterness, or manipulation. This weakens their position and makes them look emotional and reactive, rather than composed and strong. The key to walking away effectively is to do it calmly, confidently, and without second-guessing. Let's break it down. 1. Walk away without emotion. When a man decides to walk away, he must do it without begging, pleading, or arguing. No emotional outbursts, no long explanations, no dramatic exits. If she disrespects you, simply end the conversation and remove yourself. If she loses interest, accept it and move on without trying to change her mind. If she plays games, don't participate. Just disappear from her life. A man who can control his emotions in the moment of separation is a man who will be respected even if she doesn't admit it. 2. Do not announce that you're walking away. Weak men feel the need to announce their departure. Fine. If you don't want me, I'll just leave. I'm done chasing you, so don't expect me to call. You'll regret this when I'm gone. This kind of behavior is a desperate cry for attention. It's an attempt to force her to stop you. And the moment she senses that you're still seeking a reaction, you have already lost the power of walking away. A strong man does not announce. He simply walks away. No explanations, no warnings, no last words. 3. Cut off contact completely. Walking away only works if you truly disappear from her life. Many men walk away physically, but they still watch her social media, respond to her texts, or try to check in later. This is a mistake. If you want to have maximum impact, you must ignore her messages unless there's a serious reason to respond. Avoid her social media. Don't stalk, don't like, don't engage. Move forward with your life, not just pretending, but actually doing it. The moment she realizes you are truly gone, she will feel your absence on a deep level. This is when she starts to reflect and reevaluate your value. 4. Focus on self-improvement. Walking away is not about punishing her, it's about elevating yourself. The best revenge is becoming the best version of yourself. Hit the gym, improve your body, focus on your mission, build your wealth, strengthen your mind, read, learn, and grow. Improve your social circle, surround yourself with high-value people. When a man walks away and levels up, he doesn't just become more attractive to the woman he left. He becomes more attractive to all women. 5. Never look back unless she proves her worth. Many men walk away only to run back the moment she shows interest again. This is where most fail. If a woman realizes she lost a high-value man, she might try to reconnect. She might send casual texts, act friendly, or test the waters. But if she hasn't truly changed her behavior, then taking her back destroys all the respect you earned. If she comes back, she must acknowledge her mistakes, show real effort to win you back, respect your standards moving forward. If she's only returning because she's bored or feeling lonely, keep walking. Final thought. Walking away is a mindset. Walking away is not just a move, it's a mindset. It's about valuing yourself so highly that you will never tolerate disrespect, chase validation, or settle for less than what you deserve. Once you master this, you won't need to play games with women. You will naturally command respect because you are a man who operates from strength, not weakness. And in the end, that is what truly separates men from boys. Walking away is not about manipulation. It's not about playing games. It's about having the strength to say, I refuse to be in a situation that doesn't serve me. Most men spend their lives chasing, begging, and compromising, not because they want to, but because they fear being alone. They believe that if they walk away, they will lose something valuable. But the truth is, walking away is what makes a man more valuable. When a man walks away with confidence, he triggers a powerful psychological shift, not just in the woman, but in himself. He proves to himself that he is a man of self-respect, discipline, and emotional control. He refuses to be a slave to his emotions, and he refuses to let a woman dictate his worth. And here's the truth. Women respect men who have the strength to walk away. They may not admit it, but deep down, they admire a man who refuses to be controlled by their emotions. Even if they try to test him, even if they get angry, even if they pretend not to care, the man who walks away with power is the man who stays on their mind forever. But more importantly, walking away is about self-respect. It's about choosing yourself over temporary validation. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you are a man who will always be fine because you create your own path. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're being disrespected, undervalued, or mistreated, remember this. You always have the power to walk away. And when you do it the right way, you won't just gain a woman's respect. You'll gain your own.